Hey everyone, my name's Nick. Welcome to the RV Pastime. In this video, we're going to be replacing the front air conditioner unit on my 2023 Grand Design Reflection 296 RDTS travel trailer. You might be thinking to yourself, why are you replacing a brand new air conditioner on a brand new travel trailer? I'm going to get into incredible detail about that at the end of the video. So in the meantime, check out this new install of this air conditioner unit. Just a disclaimer, by the way, I'm not a certified RV technician. This is not a how-to video. This is just me replacing the unit myself. I did this once already on the main AC unit, and now I'm having to do it on the front AC unit. So let's jump right into the install. Okay, so believe it or not, this is actually a relatively simple installation. You basically cut off the power at the breakers, which I did already. And then the freeze sensor and the main power line control cables that are coming into this box. We'll open up this box and then we will remove those. The air conditioner unit can then go away. And then we put on the new air conditioner unit, run those cables down, pop them into here, secure everything down. And that's basically the installation. So I am going to open up this control box to get these wires out. Like I said, I already turned off the breaker, so there is no power going to this box. But even if I wanted to double check to make sure that was the case, I can turn on my little sniffer tool here and verified there is no power going into the box. So we'll go ahead and open this up. Just these little screws. Like that. And then inside the box, the only things you care about is the freeze sensor cable, which is this one, and then the main sort of power and control cables here, which just go to a white connector inside of this box, which is kind of the tricky part. You have to pull back this thing and open it up a bit like this. There we go. And then you unclip this. There we go. And the freeze sensor, it's just this little cable. Those both of those live with the unit, so you'll have to make sure to pull those up with it. But those are nice and free now, and we can get rid of this awful air conditioner unit. Sorry for any wind noise. This is the new air conditioner unit, and this is the old one. I hauled it up here with some rope, and I left it in the box because just in case I dropped it, I wanted to make sure that it was somewhat protected. So the downside is I have no idea if there's anything wrong with this out of the box. Pretty good. Right now I'm going to remove the old air conditioner unit. Like I showed earlier, it's just a matter of pulling it off the roof. I have a micro air easy start in the old unit that I want to pull out so that I can wire it into the new unit, so that it gives it that soft start, that slow curve with the compressor. So both units will have that. Little different wiring than how the GE units use it. But I have it on the new one already, so we'll pull that out first, and then we'll swap the units. Alright, there's the micro air easy start removed. We'll wire that into the new unit. Okay, and then I already removed the bolts and everything from the air conditioner unit in the thing, so this literally just lifts right off. Simple as that. So there's not much science to this. You just basically line the square part of the air conditioner back up with the square of this hole, and then you can make adjustments inside. All right, so like I said, up on the roof, you basically just put it over the hole, and then you can make micro adjustments from there. So you can kind of see where the foam seal around the square is here. So this has to move farther back, which is easy to do from down here. Just push up a little bit and slide it. And then we'll just want to make sure it's pretty much even around the whole side, and then we'll tighten everything down with our little conversion kit that we have. All right, so the Furrion air conditioner units, the spacing is a little different from, because I'm using a GE airbox with this sort of mounting frame. The depth of the screws and stuff are a little bit different, so you typically have to buy a conversion kit, the Furrion Chill conversion kit. That's basically to allow you to have these little brackets that can go up in the corners to allow the new bolts that they give you in here to screw down into the frame. I think it's like 40 bucks on Amazon or something. So the kit also comes with this conversion cable, and it brings it from this little six prong one into this bigger squarish looking one. I think you mainly need that if your connection here in the box is if this is a Coleman air conditioner, maybe the Domenics, maybe both. In this case, this is the same connector to go into this receptacle, so I don't need this cable. But I will need the brackets and everything else that it comes with. One thing I have to do right now is I have to reposition the air conditioner box a little better over the hole. Just lining up the seal with the edge of the openings. Kind of like that. That's better. Okay, so now, the other thing about this is that I remember from the last unit I replaced. This power data cable to the air conditioning unit is on the opposite side of the return intake compared to how the GE unit was. So I have to do some adjustments in here because once this is plugged in, the box is normally up like this. So I have to cut a hole into this side, I think is what I did last time. All right, after a trip to Home Depot to get a couple tools I needed to get, because you do have to modify the plate for this a little bit by cutting an opening here so that when this closes, it clears the gap for the power cable and data cable to the air conditioner unit. You also have to drill a hole in the, can you see on the camera a little bit? There's a hole right here you have to drill to feed the Furrion cable in because it's on the opposite side of the intake as the GE unit, so it's not long enough to go through the regular channel built into the box. Now we just close all this up, and then I can start bolting down the air conditioner unit from below. Okay, so I already installed the little brackets for the conversion kit that the Furrion unit needs. And basically, to recap with that conversion kit, it's actually because the bolt size is different. So the original bolts are these guys, and then the new ones are slightly smaller. So this allows you to bolt directly into the Furrion unit, which I'm using a 3/8 wrench for to get those L brackets or those little corner brackets complete. and then you put your big plate back on, like so, and then you use the new bolts provided, these shorter ones, to secure it to the ceiling. Okay, I've got the brackets bolted in now. There's actually a lot of work that has to happen in this opening before I actually bolt this closed and everything. And that is primarily to seal up all the openings that go into the attic space, the roof space, and redo some of this duct tape that I got going on here. And then rearrange all these cables and then make sure everything's all pretty. I also have the RV airflow baffle system. This was the one that it's made for the GE unit, but what I found with the main unit is the Furrions are more off to the side. So what that meant for the main unit was I had to do some modifications here. And all that really meant for me was I cut into this vent, moved this way, and sealed off this side of it. That was a lot of work, so I ended up just buying the new boxes. And then I'll still have to do some modifications because, again, this is built for the Furrion airbox, technically. This is all the same. This part here is going to be the same, size. But as you can see, if I hold up the bracket here, this would normally go like this in here, but you can see that the styrofoam isn't quite aligned. See how it kind of sticks out over it like that? So I'm gonna have to do some modifications to this again, but less extreme than what I did before. And that should make this a lot better to fit in. And if you've never heard of RV airflow, they're pretty cool. If I'm being completely honest, and no offense, RV airflow, they're a little overpriced, I think, for what these are. Normally, on these air boxes, you've got a dump. You kind of got like an air dump, right, where the air just kind of blows out from like straight down, with a little bit still going into the ducting. This ends up making this inoperative because it covers this essentially, and it's just taking the air and putting it directly into your ducting system. The benefit of that is you get, I don't know what their percentages were, 30-40% more airflow out of your vents, which is true. I've also found it makes the air conditioner a heck of a lot quieter, to where I can hold a normal conversation with the fan on high. And I don't find myself really using that dump anyway, because again, with the noise, that air is just slamming down onto that plastic and then turbulenting inside of the plenum there and then being pushed out to the vent. This like smoothly pushes it into your ductwork, which I think allows it to obviously flow a lot better. So I like this product. It's a good buy. Again, a little pricey, I think, for what it is, but it does what it says it does. So I'll have to make a modification of that. But before I can even get to that, I have to seal up everything. And so my ducting area is fine. I'm going to keep that the way it is, where the little vents are. And then when I put the new bracket up, when I put the new plate back up, the mounting plate, and I put the box in, I can then seal up all the wires and all that fun stuff. So yeah, a lot of cleanup work to do in here real quick. Through the magic of editing, I've fast forwarded a bit and made some modifications to the RV airflow unit, and as well as done all of the insulation in here. There's still a hole into the attic over here where the main power coming into the air conditioner is. I can't really seal that up until I mount this, because then I can see where the cables go, then put them together, and then I can do it. Now what we'll do is I'm gonna tighten everything down. I don't think you can see. Yeah, you can. So there's this little gray square right there. That is this guy. That is actually an indicator to show that you've tightened down, you've compressed the air conditioner enough against the roof to form a good seal. Basically, when that gray mark hits your edge of your roof here, that's how you know you've tightened it enough. All right, so we have, I've reinstalled everything, cleaned up all the wiring. You can see this. And this it's currently running, you can probably hear. This is a dual motor system, so this one always starts up first, and then we go into this motor, and then the compressor kicks on. But we got the easy start, nice and snug in here, with a screw holding it down there, and then zip tied everything all together. This has been reattached, it's good to go. So right now I'm going through the learning process with this, not me, but the easy start. So you're supposed to run this a few times, and then let it be off for about 5 minutes, and then run it again, off for 5 minutes, run it again. And that's to allow the easy start to figure out the behavior of that compressor specifically. What I learned actually during this install is that there is a relearning you have to do if you're moving the easy start from one AC to another, or if you replace the compressor or something like that. So I did that with this, so now I'm in the learning process. I got to go over there to that air conditioner unit, and now I got to set that up for the relearning process as well, since that technically was on the old GE unit as well. And I didn't do the learning process on that one because I didn't know you had to do that. So I'm going to go do that. We're going to close this up. We're going to toss that thing off the roof, and then we're going to go work on that guy. Okay, so we got rid of the old air conditioner unit here. Piece of junk. Both air conditioner units are now running. I mean, the main one's been running, but you know, the easy start has gone through its learning process again. Putting in a new air filter in just a minute as we come into the bedroom here. This is the air conditioner unit that I was just working on. Again, it's the same air box. It's still a GE air box, but the unit itself is the Furrion. Air filter's going in there, but everything's running. Everything's happy. Hopefully I don't have to do that ever again. And these two units will last me quite a while. All right, so what's the story with the air conditioner units? I'm going to try to keep this brief, but I want to give you as many details as possible, just in case it happens to you. So the RV came with two GE air conditioner units, a 13.5 unit in the front and a 15K unit as the main unit in the back. A few months after owning the trailer, the main air conditioner unit started freezing, or at least I would get a freeze sensor error on the thermostat after only a few minutes of it running. Now, it was in Florida, it was really hot outside, but it wasn't enough to where it should freeze over that quickly at least. Freezing of the condenser coils on an air conditioner unit, especially on an RV, is pretty common, but this wasn't that. So I kind of let it go for a little bit. It would turn on, and then it would turn off, it would turn back on again, and it would turn off again. And eventually I thought to myself, this is really weird, this is happening. So I went online and couldn't really find anything except for one person who did post that they had an issue with their GE air conditioner unit. And their issue was that it was losing its Furrion. So then I Googled basically the symptoms of an air conditioner unit losing its Furrion, and sure enough, it's exactly what I had happening to mine, where it would turn on, it would freeze, it would trip the freeze sensor, and then turn off. But over time, it would just lose its Furrion altogether, and then it just wouldn't cool. So I made an appointment with the dealership that I bought the trailer at, which was Lazy Days in Tampa, to get the air conditioner looked at or replaced. And that was gonna be a few weeks out, almost a month out. At this point, I knew that I had a trip to Oshkosh, Wisconsin for EAA AirVenture coming up, and I needed at least one working air conditioner. But I did. I had the front unit that was working just fine, until it started having similar symptoms like the main unit started having. And now I realized that I was in a time crunch to have both of these units serviced or replaced before I had to leave for Oshkosh in July. I called Lazy Days and I said, hey, now I have both my air conditioner units not working plus a couple other warranty items. Can you get me in sooner? I need to get these things fixed, at least one of them. They were able to get me a little bit of a sooner appointment, but again, it was going to take them, in their words, at least 2 weeks just to even get the trailer into a maintenance bay. So fast forward, I drop off the trailer. Exactly 2 weeks later, they pull it into a maintenance bay, and they do confirm that they don't work. They have to go through the whole warranty process with GE and Grand Design. They get 2 new air conditioner units shipped out. They replace them, and they did all of this 3 days before I had to leave on my trip. So it really came down to the wire. The problem was that only a few months later, so that was July that Oshkosh happened, and I think I started seeing another problem with the air conditioner units in November-ish time frame, where same thing, that main unit started to freeze up or get the freeze sensor tripping on itself, which was not ideal. I was just over it at that point. I didn't want to have to go through the warranty process again, especially because I knew at that point I was not going to be staying in Florida. I was going to be moving back over to Utah. And so I decided just to forego the warranty process because it was kind of a hassle. My service advisor at Lazy Days in Tampa was great, but there were some issues I had with Lazy Days and the quality of the work they put into replacing those air conditioner units and a couple other things, which I'll get into in another video. Anyway, so I ultimately decided to replace that main unit with a Furrion air conditioner, the Furrion Chill HE 15K. I think it's actually like 15.5K BTU. And that thing's been working great. And that's what you saw in the video on the main unit. And as soon as I got out here to Utah about January of this year is when the front air conditioner unit, I turned it on one day because when I got here to Utah it was January, so I didn't really need the air conditioner. But it turns out that that just wasn't working at all. So it had completely lost its Freon at some point between November and January. And again, I just said, I'm not going to go through the warranty process again. I'm just going to buy another unit. I was going to buy the 13.5 Furrion, but then Amazon had a sale on the 15K for less than the price of the regular 13.5. So now we've got 2 15K air conditioners on the trailer. So that's sort of the abridged version of the whole Furrion air conditioner saga, which is just crazy to me on a brand new travel trailer that was a thing, you know, and it's not necessarily Grand Design's fault, it's GE's fault. They have a clear issue. The thing I do hold against Grand Design and my dealership at the time was, you know, these units are bad at this point. Why would you keep replacing them with the same brand over and over again? And their answer was, that's just how the warranty process works, which I think is unacceptable, but hey, here we are. So do me a favor, do all those YouTube things, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I have another video coming out. I know they're few and far between, but the next one I have coming out will sort of be about all of the problems I've had with the RV since I bought it, both at the fault of the dealer, at the fault of Grand Design. It's not meant to be a video where I'm just complaining the whole time, more about the items that you should look out for if you're looking to either upgrade your RV or buy a new one altogether. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.